Hey, Flo here again. Decided executive decision to do something pretty crazy, abnormal, and pretty awesome as well. If I don't say so myself, check out that view over there. I thought of climbing over there, but then when I saw the view from this place where I just did the first live stream, I thought, wow, that looks really cool from here. Which I knew I was kind of toying with that idea. Problem is, I have to hike massively far to get there, so I'm gonna hike down this mountain, and then you'll eventually see me walking up the other side. I'm guessing the audio will cut out sometime in the middle, but hopefully it will pick up and reconnect once I get into line of sight. So it'll take me a few minutes to get over there. So headed down. I should put my phone away so I can use my hands. It's actually a climb, so got to be careful. Probably can't hear me. If you can hear me, this is the best wireless mic on earth. I'm behind a giant rock, like huge mountainous boulder. Pretty much no way it's going to transmit through all that. That would blow my mind if you could hear me down here. There's no way. Wait. As I come over here, maybe not yet. I'll wait to say that. Okay. Now I have line of sight to my phone up there. So maybe you can hear me again and get a sense of scale. Whew. I don't actually know how big this area is until I get over here. So I was looking at it from quite a distance. Whew. This will take me a long time to get back to the camera too. I'll probably once I finish the reading, I'll cut off this part where I'm, after the reading, when I'm coming back to the camera, I'll just sign off before then and edit that out later. Whew. Might actually do another reading. Actually, almost certain I will. I'll bring the camera over here and place it somewhere around these flowers because it's really cool over here. Infinite angles everywhere. So let's see. I could just stand here, but there's a place I could sit over here, but I don't want to be like blocked. Whoa. I guess you could probably still see me, but looks like I can see the camera, so I don't know if that looks good or... Actually, let me see if there's any... This is probably more central. I mean, whether that's good or not, I don't know. It's also gotta be comfortable though. This rock sucks. Let's see. Where else can I sit? Or I could just stand, but my back sucks, so I like to sit as much as I can. Let's see. There's almost a chair here. Actually, basically perfect, except the rocks are probably not very flat, so I'll feel each little bump, but it's kind of like a recliner. Okay. I think we found a winner. Oh, I forgot to put sunscreen on. Oh well. Hopefully I'll remember to do that after this reading. I really hope you can hear this because it's an awesome setup. But if the mic is going in and out, then that would kind of defeat the whole purpose. But I'm going to get started because this will take a while and I got to get back to the camera too. So phones were not meant to fit in pockets, especially the stupid pockets they make these days. Oh, always takes me forever to get my breath back. Hopefully this works. This is amazing. Look at how far away I am. You probably can hear me, I'm guessing, because I have perfect direct line of sight. But not only that, I can do this. I hope I put it on the left side. I think I did, but if not, it'll be like over my face. But anyway, not going to worry about it. So we're going to read Numbers 11 through 13 and Matthew 20. So I'm going to get started because it'll take me a while to get back to the camera. This place is awesome, by the way. It's amazing. I think I could probably do 100 live streams here easy. 200, 300. Seriously, like every single angle is different and interesting. So we'll do another one over here for sure. 1 or 2, 3, I don't know. It's awesome. Numbers chapter 11. Soon the people began to complain about their hardship in the hearing of the Lord. And when he heard them, his anger was kindled, and fire from the Lord blazed among them and consumed the outskirts of the camp. And the people cried out to Moses, and he prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. So that place was called Taberah, because the fire of the Lord had burned among them. Meanwhile, the rabble among them had a strong craving for other food, and again the Israelites wept and said, "Who will feed us meat? We remember the fish we ate freely in Egypt, along with the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. And now our appetite is gone. There is nothing to see but this manna." Now the manna resembled coriander seed, and its appearance was like that of gum resin. The people walked around and gathered it, ground it on a hand mill, or crushed it in a mortar, then boiled it in a cooking pot, or shaped it into cakes. It tasted like pastry baked with fine oil. When the dew fell on the camp at night, the manna would fall with it. Then Moses heard the people of family after family weeping at the entrances to their tents, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly, and Moses was also displeased. So Moses asked the Lord, "Why have you brought this trouble on your servant? Why have I not found favor in your sight, that you have laid upon me the burden of all these people? Did I not conceive all these people? Did I give them birth?" Said that wrong. Did I conceive all these people? Did I give them birth, so that you should tell me, "Carry them in your bosom, as a nurse carries an infant, to the land that you swore to give their fathers"? Where can I get meat for all these people? For they keep crying out to me, give us meat to eat. I cannot carry all these people by myself. It is too burdensome for me. If this is how you are going to treat me, please kill me right now. If I have found favor in your eyes, and let me not see. And okay, I'm going to start that verse over. If this is how you are going to treat me, please kill me right now. If I have found favor in your eyes, and let me not see my own wretchedness. Then the Lord said to Moses, Bring me 70 of the elders of Israel, known to you as leaders and officers of the people. Bring them to the tent of meeting and have them stand there with you. And I will come down and speak with you there, and I will take some of the spirit that is on you and put that spirit on them. They will help you bear the burden of the people so that you will not have to bear it by yourself. And say to the people, Consecrate yourselves for tomorrow, and you will eat meat, because you have cried out in the hearing of the Lord, saying, Who will feed us meat? For we were better off in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you will eat. You will eat it not for 1 or 2 days, not for 5 or 10 or 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils and makes you nauseous, because you have rejected the Lord who is among you, and you have cried out before him, saying, Why did we ever leave Egypt? But Moses replied, Here I am among 600,000 men on foot, yet you say, I will give them meat, and they will eat for a month. If all our flocks and herds were slaughtered for them, would they have enough? Or if all the fish in the sea were caught for them, would they have enough? The Lord answered Moses, Is the Lord's arm too short? Now you will see whether or not my word will come to pass. So Moses went out and relayed to the people the words of the Lord. And he gathered 70 of the elders of the people and had them stand around the tent. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and spoke to him, and he took some of the spirit that was on Moses and placed that spirit on the 70 elders. As the spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they never did so again. 2 men, however, had remained in the camp, one named Eldad and the other Medad, and the spirit rested on them. They were among those listed, but they had not gone out to the tent, and they prophesied in the camp. A young man ran and reported to Moses, Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. Joshua, son of Nun, the attendant to Moses since youth, spoke up and said, Moses, my lord, stop them. But Moses replied, Are you jealous on my account? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would place his spirit on them. Then Moses returned to the camp along with the elders of Israel. Now a wind sent by the Lord came up, drove in quail from the sea, and brought them near the camp, about 2 cubits above the surface of the ground, for a day's journey in every direction around the camp. All that day and night, and all the next day, the people stayed up gathering the quail. No one gathered less than 10 homers, and they spread them out all around the camp. But while the meat was still beneath their teeth, before it was chewed, the anger of the Lord burned against the people, and the Lord struck them with a severe plague. So they called that place Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people who had craved other food. From Kibroth Hattaavah the people moved on to Hazeroth, where they remained for some time. All right, so it is interesting that it does list, I don't know if it lists every single place that they've stopped, but so far it's listing, I think, every place. I don't know if what do you call them, archaeologists or historians know where all these places are. I've watched this really cool channel on YouTube. I think it's, what is it called? I wish I could remember it, but It's this guy that goes all over the Middle East and the Promised Land area and talks about the findings. He's a archaeologist and a really good communicator. Can't remember what his channel is called. It's really good though. He's very convincing. It seems like they've found a lot of these places that it talks about with Moses, like the Mount Sinai is almost for sure they know where that is, but it's not where the previous scholars thought. It's actually in like Saudi Arabia down there somewhere, I think, if I remember right. And they think they know where they crossed the Red Sea. There's actually some very crazy stuff that seems like right out of the Bible, like the altar with the pillars, the 12 pillars. They've found something that matches that exact description, even like troughs or like circle, areas for the animals. And they think they might know where the golden calf situation might have occurred, because there's all these markings of people making markings to worship the calves. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I don't know if all that's accurate, because some of the places might have just been eroded or gone since then, but it's kind of cool to think that there might still be some of that evidence left. I find those videos very fascinating. But anyway, what else was I going to say about this? There's something that I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember. I like what Moses said. I love it, actually. Because oftentimes when we read the Bible, we think, oh, I wish I was like Moses or Abraham or King David or one of the apostles. They like were friends with God. Like God says about Abraham, he is my friend, It's like, oh, I'm so jealous. Like I feel that way anyway. Like I want to be close to the Lord. And but there's all these heroes in the Bible, and they're so much better than me, and they are. Like, I'm not denying that. They are way better. Yeah, they have faults, but man, they are amazing people. But I think like, well, there's those guys, and then there's people like me. I'm nobody. But I love that, what is it? Where is it here? Joshua is complaining like about these guys prophesying, and I love what Moses says. Oops, keep skipping it. Verse 29, but Moses replied, are you jealous on my account? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would place his spirit on them. I love that. What an attitude of a leader. I remember there's some place in, I don't know where it is, but it says that Moses was the most humble person like on earth or something. Like it says he's ridiculously humble, which is kind of weird if he wrote that, can you really say that about yourself? But I really think he was. Like when you see this, what he just said there, he's not the kind of leader that like loves being in the spotlight and he wants to be the number one guy. He's constantly actually complaining. He doesn't feel up to the task. When God first calls him, he says, I'm terrible at talking. I can't speak properly, which is kind of how I feel about myself. I'm an introvert and I'm not that good at saying stuff. Like I kind of stutter and try to think of the right words, and my vocabulary sucks. And yeah, especially in person, like on stream, I'm actually a lot better than if you were to meet me. I'd be like all bumbling over my words because I can't talk to people. But anyway, and I love his attitude though. He wants everyone to experience what he gets to experience with God. He doesn't want to keep it for himself. And that is so beautiful, because that's what we are supposed to feel like as Christians too. Like you have that parable of, I don't remember what the name of the parable is, but the wages, like where people are hired out in the field. Some are hired earlier in the day, some are hired like in the middle of the day, and then some are hired at just the last second. And then the master or the owner of the field like gives everybody the same amount. Like, so the people that were hired earlier feel like, that's not fair. We worked so hard all day long in the sun, and you gave us the same amount that these people that just barely did any work, But God's pleased. He's generous. And, I feel like we should have that same attitude toward others. Like, we shouldn't want to keep our religion to ourselves and have this nice, comfortable club inside this church building on Sundays that, it's all comfortable and just made just the way we like it. It should be, we want to share the Lord with everybody, because there's people out there that don't even know him at all, or they've heard all the wrong things about him, and they're dying without him. Anybody who does not know the Lord Jesus Christ is dying. They're dead. They're spiritually dead. They need the Lord to save them. Everybody needs a Savior. And so we should really want to share him, with everybody. And I love how Moses kind of communicates that here. It's like, why should I want to be this, amazing, revered guy? I'm doing what the Lord asked me to because I'm obedient, but I wish everybody had what I have, Anyway, I love that. That's an awesome verse. Okay, let's keep going here, or I'll be here forever. This is a pretty short one, this next chapter. I say all that, and I mean it, I really do, but I'm a massive introvert, and I'm not very good at sharing my faith. Like, I'm around, other people all the time. Well, I shouldn't say all the time. I'm actually not very, I'm kind of isolated, but, I get around people, and it's like, these people, they may not know Jesus, like, why don't I talk to more people? I'm just really bad at that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I try to wait for the opportunities to come up after, I've known somebody longer, and maybe hopefully the Lord uses something in my character to rub off on somebody. But I'm not very good at like just bringing it up in conversation all the time, as though it's an important or crucial thing, and I wish I was better at that, because there may be people around me that the only chance they have to hear about Jesus is through me, because maybe they don't have anybody else in their life. And so it feels like a cop-out, but because of all of those missed opportunities, and because I suck and I'm like the worst, part of the reason I want to do this live streaming stuff is because it's one way I can do it in a less threatening way. And it's not that I'm unwilling to do it in the harder, more difficult ways, but I'm terrible at it, and I feel ashamed that I don't feel ashamed of the Lord. I feel ashamed that I'm not better at sharing, But it's easy to do on the live stream because I don't know who's watching, and probably nobody, but it's not as hard to face a camera, or I'm not even facing the camera. I'm just literally sitting on a mountain. So I can say whatever, Anyway, well, whatever. That's all I got. Just blabbing. Hopefully this whole thing is working, the audio and the recording, because I really like this position there, this spot. Start over. Numbers chapter 12. Then Miriam and Aaron criticized Moses because of the Cushite woman he had married, for he had taken a Cushite wife. Does the Lord speak only through Moses, they said? Does he not also speak through us? And the Lord heard this. Now Moses was a very humble man, more so than any man on the face of the earth. And suddenly the Lord said to Moses, Aaron and Miriam, you three come out to the tent of meeting. So the three went out, and the Lord came down in a pillar of cloud, stood at the entrance to the tent, and summoned Aaron and Miriam. When both of them had stepped forward, he said, Hear now my words. If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will reveal myself to him in a vision. I will speak to him in a dream. But this is not so with my servant Moses. He is faithful in all my house. I speak with him face to face, clearly, and not in riddles. He sees the form of the Lord. Why then were you unafraid to speak against my servant Moses? So the anger of the Lord burned against them, and he departed. As the cloud lifted from above the tent, suddenly Miriam became leprous, white as snow. Aaron turned toward her, saw that she was leprous, and said to Moses, "My Lord, please do not hold against us this sin we have so foolishly committed. Please do not let her be like a stillborn infant whose flesh is half consumed when he comes out of his mother's womb." So Moses cried out to the Lord, "O God, please heal her." But the Lord answered Moses, "If her father had but spit in her face, would she not have been in disgrace for 7 days? Let her be confined outside the camp for 7 days. After that, she may be brought back in." So Miriam was confined outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not move on until she was brought in again. After that, the people set out from Hazeroth and camped in the wilderness of Paran. All right. Got another longer chapter here. I need to take a drink here. I was just thinking about like how long all these videos are and streams and stuff, and probably nobody really watches them in their entirety for sure, because I can see the stats. Nobody does. Most people watch for about like 30 seconds or less, but it's just funny. I have all these millions of videos and they're so big, the files, it's ridiculous. Like whenever I go out like this and do all these massive recordings, I'm like filling my hard drive when I get home. So I'm not sure what I'll do with all those. At some point I'll either have to buy another bigger hard drive or I have no idea, but it's pretty insane. Even just I haven't done a calculation, but I was just thinking about how big will this whole Bible thing be? Like even like split down into just the succinct chapter recordings. I think there's like, I don't know, 1,200 chapters in the Bible or something like that. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be really big. Like definitely, I'm pretty sure it's going to be terabytes. Certainly hundreds of gigabytes. I'm almost certain. So I won't be able to like transfer it to anybody or anything. It's just too big. MP3s though, I have, as I'm going along, actually wrote a script to batch convert all the MP4s into MP3s. So I'm collecting those as well. So those won't be quite as big, but they'll still be pretty big altogether. Numbers chapter 13. And the Lord said to Moses, "Send out for yourself men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the Israelites. From each of their fathers' tribes send one man who is a leader among them." So at the consent of the Lord, Moses sent them out from the wilderness of Paran. All the men were leaders of the Israelites, and these were their names. From the tribe of Reuben, Shammua son of Zakur. From the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat son of Hori. From the tribe of Judah, Caleb son of Jephunneh. From the tribe of Issachar, Igal son of Joseph. From the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea son of Nun. From the tribe of Benjamin, Paltai son of Raphu. From the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel son of Sodai. From the tribe of Manasseh, a tribe of Joseph, Gadai son of Susai. From the tribe of Dan, Amiel son of Gamaliel. From the tribe of Asher, Sethur son of Michael. From the tribe of Naphtali, Nabai son of Vophsi. And from the tribe of Gad, Guel son of Machai. These were the names of the men Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses gave to Hoshea son of Nun the name Joshua. When Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, he told them, "Go up through the Negev and into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether its people are strong or weak, few or many. Is the land where they live good or bad? Are the cities where they dwell open camps? Are the cities where they dwell open camps or fortifications? Is the soil fertile or unproductive? Are there trees in it or not? Be courageous and bring back some of the fruit of the land. It was the season for the first ripe grapes. It was the season for the first ripe grapes. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehob, toward Labo Hamath. They went up through the Negev and came to Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak, dwelled. It had been built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. When they came to the valley of Eshcol, they cut down a branch with a single cluster of grapes, which they carried on a pole between 2 men. They also took some pomegranates and figs. Because of the cluster of grapes the Israelites cut there, that place was called the Valley of Eshcol. After 40 days the men returned from spying out the land, and they went back to Moses, Aaron, and the whole congregation of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. They brought back a report for the whole congregation and showed them the fruit of the land. And they gave this account to Moses: We went into the land to which you sent us, and indeed, it is flowing with milk and honey. Here is some of its fruit. Nevertheless, the people living in the land are strong, and the cities are large and fortified. We even saw the descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites live in the land of the Negev. The Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live by the sea and along the Jordan. Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, We must go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly conquer it. But the men who had gone up with him replied, We cannot go up against the people, for they are stronger than we are. So they gave the Israelites a bad report about the land that they had spied out. The land we explored devoured its inhabitants. The land we explored devours its inhabitants, and all the people we saw there are great in stature. We even saw the Nephilim there, the descendants of Anak that come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own sight, and we must have seemed the same to them. All right, one more chapter and then I can get off this uncomfortable rock. It's not that bad, but I need to get some sunscreen on too. I'm already probably pretty burnt. I can feel the heat collecting. Hopefully my camera's not overheating over there. Matthew chapter 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed to pay them a denarius for the day and sent them out into his vineyard. About the 3rd hour he went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. You also go into my vineyard, he said, and I will pay you whatever is right. So they went. He went out again about the 6th hour and the 9th hour and did the same thing. About the 11th hour he went out and found still others standing around. Why have you been standing here all day long doing nothing? He asked. Because no one has hired us, they answered. So he told them, You also go into my vineyard. When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, Call the workers and pay them their wages, starting with the last ones hired and moving on to the first. The workers who were hired about the 11th hour came, and each received a denarius. So when the original workers came, they assumed they would receive more. But each of them also received a denarius. On receiving their pay, they began to grumble against the landowner. These men who were hired last worked only 1 hour, they said, and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden and the scorching heat of the day. But he answered one of them, Friend, I am not being unfair to you. Did you not agree with me on 1 denarius? Take your pay and go. I want to give this last man the same as I gave you. Do I not have the right to do as I please with what is mine? Or are you envious because I am generous? So the last will be first, and the first will be last." As Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside and said, "Look, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and scribes. They will condemn him to death, and will deliver him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified, and on the third day he will be raised to life." Then the mother of Zebedee's sons came to Jesus with her sons and knelt down to make a request of him. "What do you want?" he inquired. She answered, "Declare that in your kingdom one of these 2 sons of mine may sit at your right hand and the other at your left." "You do not know what you are asking," Jesus replied. "Can you drink the cup I am going to drink?" "We can," the brothers answered. "You will indeed drink my cup," Jesus said, "but to sit at my right or left is not mine to grant. These seats belong to those for whom my Father has prepared them." When the 10 heard about this, they were indignant with the 2 brothers. But Jesus called them aside and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their superiors exercise authority over them. It shall not be this way among you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." And they were leaving Jericho. As they were leaving Jericho, a large crowd followed him. And there were 2 blind men sitting beside the road. When they heard that Jesus was passing by, they cried out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." The crowd admonished them to be silent, but they cried out all the louder, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." Jesus stopped and called them. "What do you want me to do for you?" he asked. "Lord," they answered, "let our eyes be opened." Moved with compassion, Jesus touched their eyes, and at once they received their sight and followed him. I don't know if I should just leave this unsaid for people to notice, but today's reading is kind of amazing. Like, the Lord is with me today. Like, he's the things that he's bringing to my mind are things that I'm reading later, and I didn't even know that was coming because I don't actually review these in advance. It's really cool when he does that, because it doesn't mean I have anything special, because I don't. I literally not, but it means that this reading plan is really well constructed, because it made me think of that parable of the man in the field with the vineyard owner, and then we read that next, and then that happened earlier too. It's just really, really exciting when that stuff happens. And then also, like, what was the other thing? This thing where it says Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. It's all like totally coming together. Like, you're not supposed to lord it over others. You're not supposed to seek a better position. The first will be last. The last will be first. Moses didn't want to, be some head guy. Like, he asked God, kill me. I can't handle this. It's too much for me. And then so God had compassion and gave him 70 elders to help. I mean, it all comes together. This reading plan is, sometimes, I don't know if like the person that made this like orchestrated to try to make these things line up, but I've noticed that a few times. I think I noticed that last year as well, where I'm like reading, it's like that totally fits like what we just read. It's super cool. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about it. When I was talking about earlier or in a previous video about wanting to try to make another reading plan, it's not because I don't like this one. The main reason I was sort of activated to think about that is because the reading plan has a few actual errors, and they're basically like the equivalent of typos, which are easily fixed. And then there were a couple missing passages that I had to add back in, but nothing like serious. I'm actually pretty happy and almost amazed at how good this reading plan is, and sometimes it's really well balanced. And after I saw how difficult it was to get AI to make something similar or better or whatever, like, I have even more respect for this reading plan, and whoever put it together put some serious thought into it, because as far as I know, they didn't use AI. They could have, but I think it's been around probably before AI became mainstream, so they probably actually did the, scholarly work and effort to divide it up evenly and all that. So anyway, I'm going to end the stream as soon as I can. I'll probably cut this part out of me going back that way, because you won't be able to see me once I get down here, and the mic will cut out. So but yeah, thanks for joining me. I'm going to bring the camera over here because I want to show the flowers in another view over this way, or 5 billion views. So I will do another reading over here once I get all my gear and stuff packed up. So I'll catch you later. Thanks for joining me. I think the gun guys aren't around anymore, because I haven't heard them shooting for a while, so might have the place to myself again, or they might just be taking a break or something. But all right. This is the long way around, actually. I guess that didn't take too long. Climbing. I might not cut that out, it's not that long. It's too bad I couldn't actually live stream this and had to do the local recording instead. Oh well. Whew. Alright, just in case I decide to leave this, I'll catch you guys later. Oops, wait a minute. I didn't realize I left that on there. Oh well. Alright, later.